Sometimes the biggest danger isn't a monster. It's a tiny creature running behind the walls at night and leaving a human life hanging by a thread the next morning. This is Hantavirus, a silent killer, invisible to the eye, but once it strikes, time runs out fast. It's a disease that doesn't fly through the air like common viruses, and it doesn't spread easily from human to human. Yet the moment it enters a town, hospitals begin to overflow, beds become scarce, and the death count becomes terrifying. This is not a Hollywood story. This is the real world, where death doesn't come from a criminal, but from something far smaller. A mouse. Hantavirus is not a new virus. It has existed on Earth for decades, but the world truly realized how deadly it could be in 1993 when, in a region of the United States called Four Corners, young and healthy people began dying suddenly. At first, people believed it was a new pandemic. One day they were completely fine, and the next day they could barely breathe. Doctors had no answers. The media called it a mystery disease. And fear spread fast, because this wasn't like the flu. Soon, investigations began. Scientists discovered something terrifying. The patients' lungs were filling with fluid, and their bodies were suddenly losing the ability to absorb oxygen. Death could happen within hours. This disease was given a name, Hantavirus Pulmonary Syndrome, or HPS. But the biggest question remained, where did it come from? As researchers dug deeper, their attention turned to one small animal living in that region. The deer mouse. It looked harmless, even innocent. But inside its body, the virus was living silently. And here's the most dangerous part. The mouse doesn't get sick. It carries the virus without suffering, but the virus exists in its urine, droppings, and saliva. Now, think about this. How does a human get infected? When rodent waste dries up, it turns into dust. And the moment someone sweeps the floor, cleans an old room, or enters an abandoned storage area, that dust rises into the air. And once inhaled, it enters the lungs, and the virus begins its attack. That's what makes Hantavirus terrifying. In the beginning, its symptoms look completely normal. Fever, body aches, fatigue, headaches. Most people assume it's just a viral infection and ignore it. But within 2 to 5 days, the real nightmare begins. Breathing becomes difficult. Fluid starts filling the lungs, and the victim slowly feels like they are suffocating. And the worst part, there is no direct cure. Yes, if the patient reaches the ICU early, gets oxygen support, and is placed on a ventilator, the chances of survival increase. But if treatment is delayed, survival becomes extremely difficult. In many cases, HPS has a fatality rate of 30% to 40%. That means 3 to 4 out of every 10 patients may not survive. Now you might be wondering, is this virus only found in America? No. Hantavirus exists in many parts of the world. In Europe and Asia, another form is considered even more dangerous because it attacks the kidneys. It is called hemorrhagic fever with renal syndrome, or HFRS. This form can cause internal bleeding, kidney failure, and life-threatening complications. Thousands of cases have been reported in countries like China, Russia, Korea, and across Europe. Even in India, a few cases have been detected, though it is still not widely common. But the danger is real, because rats and mice exist everywhere. And this story reveals an even bigger truth. When humans disturb nature's balance, new diseases are born. That's exactly what happened in the 1993 outbreak. That year, heavy rainfall caused plants, grass, and seeds to grow rapidly. Food became abundant, and as a result, the mouse population exploded, And when the mice multiplied, the virus found the perfect chance to spread. So this is not just the story of a virus. It is the story of the fragile relationship between humans and nature. Now, the final question, how do you protect yourself? The first rule, never dry sweep areas where rodents may have been present. Sweeping can launch infected dust into the air. Instead, use disinfectant sprays and wet cleaning methods. When entering old storerooms, abandoned buildings, or barns, wear a mask. Keep food sealed. Prevent rodents from entering your home. And most importantly, if you experience fever along with breathing difficulty, especially after visiting a place where rodents could exist, seek medical help immediately. Because hantavirus is a disease that